Here we go, folks. Triple threat action underway here.
It's worth noting that a lot of people give ECW credit for popularizing the triple threat match back in the mid to late 1990s.
November 18th, 2017 marked another historic NXT event. The battlefield known as War Games returned as a form of combat, and this time it was going to include 3 teams battling for survival. Boom!
I got goosebumps before, Michael, when you talked about the return of the War Games. It was Adam Cole's Undisputed Era against Sanity, against the Authors of Pain and Roderick Strong. I wasn't sure the double steel cage would be large enough to contain so much animosity.
After lying dormant for almost 20 years, it was fitting that War Games was unleashed as a way for these superstars to settle such deep-rooted disputes. And remember who survived and thrived in the double cage? Adam Cole and the Undisputed Era, baby. I'll tell you, watching Extreme Rules matches make me happy my in-ring days are behind me. You talk about a treacherous environment to compete in.
This is a treacherous match indeed, as Corey was saying. I can't even tell you how many times we've seen Extreme Rules matches result in broken bones, stitches, and even trips to a medical facility.
Yeah, but despite all those inherent dangers, these superstars still willingly...
His shoulders are down. Not much behind that pin attempt.
Too soon.
I gotta say, watching this match, I'm definitely seeing similarities to the May 2016 Extreme Rules match, where Roman Reigns defended his WWE World Heavyweight Championship against AJ Styles. Oh, shows no mercy.
And that poor chair. It looks like a twisted heap.
When it comes to brutality, I would agree with Michael Cole's assessment that this match shares similarities with the 2016 Reigns Styles match. Though for me, the biggest story of that night came after the match.
I'd agree with that for sure. Absolutely nobody thought they'd see Seth Rollins on that night, especially Roman Reigns.
Whack! Michael, that gives new meaning to have a seat. At 2016's Clash of Champions, it was another classic triple threat match for the Raw Women's Championship. It was Bayley versus the Boss, Sasha Banks, versus the champion, Charlotte Flair. The match started out more like a singles match between the Boss and the Queen. Bayley learned very quickly it was every woman for herself.
Oh, wow! Kick! The triple threat match for the Raw Women's Championship was another example of the incredible competition between the female superstars of WWE. Charlotte was physically dominant and fighting off the challenges of Bayley and Sasha Banks. At one point, the Queen even landed a moonsault on both their opponents at the same time. But the Boss and Bayley put it all on the line and kept fighting.
There were several near pinfalls during this battle, but in the end, as it should be, the Queen exhibited her genetic superiority by fighting off both her challengers. After drilling Bayley with a boot to the face, the Queen pinned the hugger and retained her.
Important to do that in a triple threat match, given that you're going up against 2 opponents at the same time. Add to that the no disqualification stipulation, and there's little to no room for error. One mistake, and it can cost you a lot more than winning the match.
Byron, you spoke about this before. A competitor must do everything they can do to start things off on the right foot in a triple threat match. One way to do that is to target one of your opponents and go after them as soon as the bell rings. You're battling 2 opponents at the same time, so it's hunt or be hunted.
And that's what I like, Michael. It's survival of the fittest in that ring. In a triple threat, a superstar can't waste time feeling opponents out, getting warmed up, or easing their way into the match. You have to go at it as soon as the match begins.
Oh boy, he is rolling. Of course, Extreme Rules matches have resulted in some gruesome moments over the years, and perhaps none was more gruesome than in 2012 when Brock Lesnar busted John Cena open following a vicious attack.
Nobody controls the pace of a match quite like this guy. Oh, this is dangerous right here. Incoming. There's not a person in this arena who thought that that was it for him.
So resourceful.
Ricochet has been proclaimed as the future of flight, Corey. With that in mind, what is the best strategy against him?
Well, Ricochet has the cheat code in life to turn off gravity, so keeping him grounded is paramount to having success. He can dazzle people, no doubt, but sometimes in a match, it becomes a fight, and that's where I believe Ricochet is outgunned.
We heard Corey's thoughts on grounding Ricochet. Byron, would you agree on that being the best way to gain the advantage?
Well, as Corey alluded to, Ricochet is a human video game. But I think his opponent would be surprised by Ricochet's match skills as well. He's a multifaceted superstar that presents quite the challenge.
Trouble up on the top rope. Oh, what a slam.
Some superstars who've competed in a triple threat match feel it's a good idea to have both a finishing move that brings you to a pinfall attempt on your opponent. I'm not sure how much he has left. Boy, that would hit the target.
There he goes, crashing to the floor. Bad uppercut.
That'll cross some teeth.
As Byron mentioned, innovation certainly is a key in a match like this. A competitor can't be adverse to taking action outside the ring. By no means is this your traditional contest. And kicks out at 2.
Yeah, it's going to take more than that.
Real quick reminder, guys, there are no disqualifications and no countouts in this one. Anything is legal. Oh, and there are enough weapons under the ring to fill an armory.
Phoenix splash!
Oh, that was unreal.
Ricochet into the cover.
And look at the quickness by Ricochet.
Corey, we've seen unbelievable championship matches and triple threat contests over the years. You're absolutely right. The fact that a champion does not have to submit or be pinned or be factored in the decision at all to lose their championship is something that can influence their approach to the match.
As some would say in a triple threat, you don't have to beat the champ to become a champ. That's a risk that a champion runs when being put in this type of match. We've heard from many superstars who say that fact does affect their training and overall preparation for a triple threat match. It would have to. As we've seen in the past, Extreme Rules matches create a type of hysteria that's difficult to describe, even more difficult to contain.
This is going to be big, one way or another. Look at this.
This one's over, guys. Yeah, you don't see a slam like that very often.
Lariat. He's looking a little weary here. We're all going to find out what he's made of here in this triple threat match.
Man, I knew this was going to be a closely fought battle, but I didn't realize it was going to be this close. This is unreal.
Looks like he's starting to tire.
In matches like this, guys, you learn very quickly which superstars have what it takes to truly get extreme.
We've got a raucous crowd here in Philadelphia tonight, but what else would you expect after playing home to ECW for so many years? We've seen it on so many occasions, Corey. A superstar has the match won, and all they have to do is pin their opponent or submit.
Here it comes, Michael.
Good night. What a stunner.
That might have done it, Cole.
How is Adam?
That should do it right there.
Ooh, nasty impact.
And look at the quickness by Ricochet.
Knee drop.
That was nasty. So precise.
Here's where one of these three superstars needs to make a statement and win.